Here we are near the end of 2025, and it's amazing at how many people have forgotten this one simple trick that everyone was so ecstatic about last year. 3 green, 1 red. This pattern has been prevalent for BTC for a long time. Altcoin Daily shared this post on December 24th, 2024. Even Coin Bureau has shared not just last year, this goes back to 2019. 3 green, 1 red. 3 green, 1 red. And there's 2019. We all know 2019, 2020, and 2021 did amazingly well. Even here, June of this year from Coin Bureau, it's again 3 green, 1 red. 3 green, 1 red. 3 green, 1 red. What makes you think that the pattern is going to be changing this time around, ladies and gentlemen? If we look over here at the yearly price here for BTC, back over here in 2010, Bitcoin shot up an ungodly amount of money. Like, it's insane how high it moved up. But then we start 4 with a red, 3 red, 3 red. And here we are, 2025, getting very close to the end of this year. Now, there's something really important I need you to understand about this pattern, about where I think we are and where I think we're going next. But before I do, what's up? My name is Aaron Dishner from The Better Traders, and you're watching more Coin Bureau. Before I keep going, make sure to hit that subscribe button, share this video with other people that are interested in crypto or wanting to learn more about cryptocurrency. This is a great channel to learn from. All right, we're going to go back over here to TradingView. It's a really simple concept, and really simple concepts are really easy to follow. We don't have to use complicated colors. We don't have to use complicated lines. It's literally just 3 green, 1 red, which leads me to believe, why would we change that pattern this year? Now, with that said, if that's the case, then that means 2026 is slated to be a red year. We're just looking at open to close. Back over here, 2014, it was a negative 56% open to close. 2018, negative 73%. 2022, negative 64%. Next year, we're probably looking at negative 75%, in my opinion. I'm going to talk about why in a second. But the main thing is that this pattern is just too easy. Now, if we go to the monthly time frame, there's a couple of warning flags to pay attention to. I'm using a proprietary indicator here. 2 of them actually, the TBO, the trending breakout indicator, and TBT Divergence. We're going to focus on this one because these red triangles have done an exceptional job letting us know when there is a hidden bearish divergence that people just aren't paying attention to. It marks the top over here, July 2011, here, December 2013, here, January 2018. This is the one it got wrong, September 2020. So out of the past 3, this one is wrong, okay? We got one here, May 2021. It's pretty amazing. We have another one here, and it even sticks out as a cluster. It's this yellow flag, November 2021. And now, here we are, 2025 in October, and 2 months ago, we had a red triangle. If you guys needed a clear top signal, you're not going to get it. This is it. This is basically telling us, well, if we focus on the last significant pullbacks that we've had and we count them all up together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the last 5 out of 6 have been correct. So you're telling me that you're willing to gamble this top signal here, and with the concept of 3 green, 1 red already covered, you're really going to gamble your life savings and your crypto savings away because of a 5-year cycle that might be possible. I'm going to keep sticking to this because a lot of people seem to forget too quickly, too easily, that this is a really simple concept. As we start to go into the minutia, we start looking at the weekly time frame and the monthly time frames and the daily time frames. We can get really sucked into all the details, especially if we're on super fast time frames, which is why looking at the yearly makes it just so much easier, so much clearer. Looking even at the monthly makes it extremely clear. Now, if we were to use something else that's free, available, the main thing you need to know right now is RSI, which stands for the Relative Strength Index. It's a free indicator that's available to you on TradingView. Now, I'm using RSI with a length of 7. I like 7 instead of the default 14 because 7 is much, much, much more responsive to crazy price action. I think it's the best way to say it. Now, the main thing to be on the watch for is that monthly RSI peaked here 2021 March, not November. November is where we saw, well, just the lead up to that. In October, monthly RSI got to 73.13. What's the big deal? Anytime we see RSI get above this level of 70, this is when a stock or a crypto or Forex or whatever is overbought. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of the world, but what we want to pay attention to is when we see consecutively lower highs. That is a very, 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 very low high compared to the previous one at 96.87. Now let's fast forward over here, March 2024. That was a short-term top for BTC. Then we see November and January, both of those short-term tops for BTC. We see July, short-term top for BTC. But what's happening each time is that we're seeing every one of these get a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower. What does that mean? It means that the relative strength index is showing that we are losing strength, meaning that it makes more sense to see this metric fall lower, which will correspond with, you guessed it, a red candle for the yearly. Notice when does this start falling? In November, and then we see December, January, we have a little bit of an uptick, but basically it takes us about a year for Bitcoin to bottom out. November 2021, all the way over here until November 2022. And that's basically the same thing I'm expecting this time around. Again, it's just too simple. Why would we want to abandon this plan? We have a top year, which we've hit into, and then we start a bottom year. Then we have a recovery year, a rally year, a top year, which is what we're in right now, which means that next year is a bottom year. The other thing to consider as well is that not only is RSI weakening, not only is the price showing some very, very scary signals, not only is TBT Divergence showing us some signals, but we're also getting really close to an inflection point here in terms of volume. Now we have to go to the weekly time frame because this is really, really critical that you see this. If we go back over here to 2021, this is the on balance volume indicator. This is cool because it shows us cumulative volume week over week or whatever time frame we're looking at. See this huge move up here? The blue line representing on balance volume shows bullish buying. This white line right here is a moving average, and I am using a 21 SMA here. Now, we want to pay attention to whenever the price crosses below right there, when it crosses below the moving average. That's the first warning shot. And then we see it weaken and fall below here, and we see the moving average starting to move down. That's a bad sign to pay attention to, or rather it's a sign of weakness before the market really feels it. Now, we saw a lot of weakness over here in November, kind of felt it in December. January, it started to really sink in. By the time March hit, it was too late. Burn this into your brain for me, will you? Now let's look at where we are right now. We did not see the same parabolic rise for this metric, but you can clearly see that we are in the beginning phases of that breakdown. I still think that Bitcoin will be heading up a little bit higher, but we are much closer to the end than we are to the beginning. It's not just TBT Divergence. It's not just the yearly charts or like the yearly candles that are doing us in. It's also monthly RSI. It's also our weekly on balance volume. There are a lot of indicators that are pointing to reasons why the market is looking pretty weak. So what do we do with this information? Well, if you're invested in crypto and you haven't taken any profits yet and you're in the green on positions, cool, you're doing a lot better than most people. So consider doing one of two things. One, either you can protect your position with a stop loss and put it just above your entry. So that way, if you want to maximize whatever run up that happens, which I do think should happen, then you're making more money. The second option is to consider to revise your trading plan, as in looking at your trading plan, where were you previously looking to take profit in all of your positions and decide now ahead of a crash, if that's going to happen next year. Again, that's what I'm expecting. then decide, okay, where do I want to take out some profit on these positions? I was really hoping to take profit way up here, but I really want to revise. And again, with this idea, you don't have to sell everything. What I do personally is I take percentages out. So taking a little bit here, a little bit more here, a little bit more here, and then I'm out. My personal plan is I'm going to be exiting the market by about mid-December, and that's it. I'm good. I'm happy. And if the market goes up higher, cool. I'm going to be waving you guys all along, all the way up there to $1 million gajillion for Bitcoin. Cool. I'm really happy for you. But 3 greens, 1 red. If that holds to be true, and if we pay attention to monthly volume on the decline, if we pay attention to monthly RSI on the decline, volume is a different story. On-balance volume on the weekly, already showing cracks and fractures. There are a lot of signs and there are a lot of reasons why we should be protective. And if you've been paying attention to price action, that alone is telling us that something is not okay. Do I think we'll get another push up? Yes. But it'll most likely be the last push, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I keep saying this, and I really hope that I am. I really, really, really do. But if I'm not, please, please, please don't tell me I didn't warn you, okay? Before you go, watch this video. It's going to help you out big time. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.